ENG Investment Partners has a very strong footprint in emerging market debt. It has been doing this for many years. It has a very solid, proven investment process, very experienced investment professionals with different backgrounds and a very strong regional focus. I have been always very passionate for different cultures, for different countries, languages, for traveling. Now, working with a team with people from more than 10 different nationalities, covering more than 70 countries, I could not imagine myself doing anything else than investing in emerging markets. I believe that over the past few years, investors in general were disappointed with economic growth in emerging market countries. We strongly believe that this growth, deceleration in EM, has a very strong cyclical character. We do believe that structurally, emerging market countries will grow faster than advanced economies because of the better, more supportive demographic conditions. And we strongly believe that investors should not lose that from sight. Yeah, one of the main misunderstanding, in my opinion, is that investors tend to look at emerging markets as one single asset class. But there are different asset classes within the emerging market world. Our investment philosophy at NNIP is based on a fundamental approach where we focus on global macroeconomic conditions. This is the cornerstone of what we do. Analyzing these countries and looking for hidden investment opportunities.
What really motivates me to be in this job is basically I come from emerging market myself. I come from Poland, I was born and raised there, and basically I witnessed firsthand the system transformation that Poland was subject to, coming from the communist country, from the centrally planned economy to more market-oriented economy. Of course, we need to remember that emerging market asset class is a very large asset class if you look at the outstanding market size and market capitalization. We are talking about the markets that has more than $14 trillion in the outstanding size. And local markets, they are the lion's share of that universe. So they are becoming a natural part of any global fixed income portfolios just by the sheer size. Still, yet they are a little bit underrepresented in the global benchmarks. I think looking at the history of NN Investment Partners, emerging markets is in the DNA of the company through in the past local presence, but also from being a pioneer in the asset class, from the asset management perspective, launching the emerging market products and offering that to our clients at the very beginning of this industry. And I think the focus that we have in emerging market is very visible from the setup our emerging market debt team has. We also have a quite nice diversity in terms of the nationalities with the team and languages they speak. I think that all we are benefiting from that as a group of investors and as a team, and we are able to offer very credible products and very credible story to our investors that we are trying to partner with.
Our universe has really been expanding the last couple of years. So from 40 odd countries we went to 60 plus countries. Especially a lot of frontier market countries have been issuing, and that is actually a very exciting development. We think also that will continue, more countries will still come to the market, and it broadens only your opportunity set, and also it will help those kind of countries to develop further in the future. It's a very diverse universe. So we invest from Africa to Asia to Latin America, and most of those countries are also in different cycles, economic cycles. So it will not always go down at the same time from an economic perspective. And there are also, of course, all kinds of other political backgrounds per country. So therefore you have a good set of opportunities to invest in. We believe in a global fixed income portfolio. It really makes sense to add emerging market debt investments. Not only it diversifies your portfolio, but over time it will really enhance your performance. we believe the best investment approach for emerging market debt is having a medium to long-term view. Also, you need to have a really disciplined investment process, and you have to have qualified team members. So you need to really challenge each other. What kind of views you have? Is this the right view, or is there something which we forget to look at? And with that kind of investment process, you can make the best ideas working for you.
Why am I passionate about this asset class? Well, I think the main reason is the dynamics of this asset class, the dynamics of emerging markets. It's much more dynamic than developed markets. There's never a dull moment in our asset class. If you look, for instance, at the changes regarding the countries, a country like India, maybe 3 years ago, it was a country which was not loved by many investors, whereas right now it's one of the darlings of investors within emerging markets. Yeah, despite the negative news headlines we have seen recently in the newspaper about slowing growth in emerging markets, I think it's important to keep in mind that emerging markets are still the fastest growing markets in the world, much faster than developed markets. And that's also reflected in the growth of the corporate credit market. So we have seen tremendous growth of corporate credit over the past couple of years. That is expected to continue. Taking into account also the attractive valuation there, I believe it's an asset class which an investor should not ignore in his portfolio. The opportunity set is there, it's expanding, and the asset class is migrating into a more developed asset class. There will be more investors, so over time we believe that that valuation difference between emerging market corporates and developed market corporates is going to reduce over time, and that contributes to the performance of this asset class.